Live. I'm Drew Windler, new host of Thrive Live. Bringing something a little bit new your guys' way this week. We're going 3 hosts this week. So I'm here with Rachel Bellotti and Lori Kuhn, the author of I Am Unique in Life and Life is Not Unique to Me.
The premise behind this article is, everybody says we're unique, we're all individuals, and we try to do things in life that stand out as being different and unique, but we do that to an extreme almost, where we almost pigeonhole ourselves into thinking our experiences, our emotions, and what we're processing in life is unique to us. To the point. And now all of a sudden I had 2 small kids, I didn't have a career, I was in the situation I never thought I'd be in, and I was having these experiences I'd never had before, so I didn't know how to deal with them. So instead of reaching out to people, I kept it inside because I'm like, well, this is only happening to me. This isn't happening to anybody else. So I started isolating myself. So I hit this point in life where I'm like, I lived my whole life thinking a lot of things I experienced were unique to me. And that wasn't the case.
Right.
And I know
cancer. And as a freshman in high school, getting cancer, yes, I felt very isolated and alone. Like, no one knows what I'm going through. No one can possibly understand what this is like. And I couldn't even verbalize that until now, 20 years later. Yeah, I found that just by being able to share, you meet people who do understand some of the foundational elements of the traumatic, or sometimes even the small things that you've been through. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's helpful to know that, oh, okay, this doesn't have to totally define my life in such an intense way, and I can actually connect with somebody and then release some of the holding on of that stuff.
Yes. And you're sharing it on a new level. There's new insight. It's like, someone does get me.
Yeah.
Someone does know what I went through.
Yeah.
And it's comfort. It's almost empowering because you're not doing it alone.
Yeah.
You're not the only one who had that experience in life.
And I think that that's a great distinction that you make in the article, Lori, is it's not that the external thing is the same, mm-hmm. but how we process it and what it feels like and kind of how we navigate that uncharted territory and then try to normalize it. Those are the experiences where the powerful common ground can be found, it sounds like.
Oh, right.
Because I think the challenge is almost twofold, is as humans who rationalize things through patterns and normalize things certain ways, we have not only normals or conceptions about the external thing, but then we have conceptions about how we should handle it, mm-hmm. right? So when this thing gets introduced to me, like, I should be able to handle it.
So I was in a position where it's like, well, I should be able to handle this. This is nothing. I've gone through so mm-hmm. much in life that this should be easy.
Right.
And it's not. And why is this so hard?
And there's an empowering factor to that.
Right.
It's not a relinquish of like headstrong or like you're giving up on yourself. It's the exact opposite. It's seeking out what can really actually empower you to navigate your challenge.
Mm-hmm. And I like
the word that comes to me is collaborate. Mm-hmm. It's not like they have it figured out and I'm down here and I have to come crawling to people that have it figured out.
Right.
No, it's just people doing things that, if I share a little something, maybe it lands with you, maybe it doesn't. But, the more you're able to try things on and discern and find your way, that's exactly it. It's empowering for
mm-hmm.
sure.
And that's cool because that's what we do at Thrive. It's not like we have all the answers, we can tell you, how to fix yourself or how to be better. It's, well, let's talk about what you're going through and see how you can get yourself
mm-hmm.
there. And that's the whole premise behind it. You're collaborating with someone to find out how to have a better experience with whatever you're going through.
Yeah.
In that second, finding somebody else who you can connect with, who understands where you're coming from, the why me just didn't even matter anymore. Like, that wasn't a question that I asked myself anymore. Instead, it became the collaboration. Mm-hmm. And it became well, how do you do this? And we just got curious. And it took something that had been a place where I would totally shut down and self-hate, and it opened up a new conversation for me, a new space to be able to play with another human being and not feel like it's crazy that I'm feeling this way. And yeah, so it did. I felt more connected through it. In the connections with other people, the similarities, regardless of if somebody has had cancer or not, all of a sudden that's not a defining attribute. There's other things that I'm like, oh, I am that is just something that happened, and that's something that happened to you, and this is who I am, and I feel good about it, and we're connecting about living.
Right.
So,
Cool.
yeah.
And I like that you said brave enough, because when you're on a journey to realize who you are and how you want to be in life, you have to be brave. It's not easy
Right.
Yeah.
to become aware.
Yeah.
And
It's a
another
journey.
word that you said was curious. You got just curious enough to like share and listen.
Yeah.
And that totally resonates with me because that's how a lot of growth processes have started for me. And curiosity can sometimes feel so innocent, but it can be an avenue to such powerful things.
Yeah.